Last week we got to see just how big the chickens on NanBop farm are getting, and this week we're headed back out to the coop.
And they're pretty big. On this week's Growing, Eating, and Educating, Farm Director Andrea Bushry tells us all about the chicken roosts.
Hey guys, welcome back to Growing, Eating, and Educating. I'm your Farm Director, Andrea Bushry, and today we are talking about chicken roosts. So chicken roosts are pretty important. This is where the chickens sleep at night. So they like to sleep at somewhere that's really high in the air, that's away from ground predators. So somewhere that's dark, that they can get up off the ground, and that makes them feel a lot safer, and that's where they sleep at night. So we were kind of pretty specific about how we built these roosts. We wanted some bars that were strong but still small enough for the chickens to wrap their feet around and be able to grip on at night. And then the other thing is we wanted to make sure there was enough bracing to be able to handle the chickens once they got to their full size. So each of these roosts can actually hold around 100 laying hens at full size. We have here, this is 1/2 inch metal conduit attached to basically 2x4s is what we use to kind of construct all of our bracing in here. Most of it is so that we can prevent the roost from swaying from side to side, but then also make sure we have enough bracing so that if these bars were full of chickens at night, that we're not having sagging issues where we're losing kind of the structure of all of our roosts here. Each of these are about 1 foot apart so that the hens have enough space to breathe, but then we're also at an angle so that hens that are maybe on the bar above aren't actually pooping on the hens underneath them. So we want to make sure that we're kind of strategic about the comfortability of the hens and making sure that we're keeping sanitation up and making sure we're keeping our structural integrity with these. So as daylight starts to fade and it gets a lot more dark outside, the chickens will start to look for their nest for the night. So they'll start to hop up each one of these roost bars and find their spot, and then that's kind of what they'll do for the night. If you want to learn a little bit more about what we're doing with the chickens, check us back again for next week for more on Growing, Eating, and Educating.